Hey friends, so a couple years ago, as I was really struggling to trust God as my provider because I was needing a new job, the one I had at the time was not paying enough. And I was just like, God, don't you see all this? And right in the middle of that, he gave me a real life picture of him as my provider and what that looked like. And the picture was when I was headed to work one day, there was a baby bird that had fallen out of its nest. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I'm going to be late for work if I help it. And I was just kind of standing paralyzed by my car, wondering what to do, when I saw the most beautiful sight. That parent bird came down and it fed that baby right where it was. So my heart reassured, I was able to go off to work. Of course, I was still like, it's really hot here. I hope it's okay. So when I got back, I, of course, had to go check, and the baby bird wasn't where I had seen it last. So I was like, oh no, a cat or something got it. I was freaking out. But then again, I saw the most beautiful sight, and I saw that parent bird come down from a neighboring tree and go down underneath one of our bushes. And I had to go check it out just to see, and yes, that baby bird was there protected from this crazy hot Arizona sun, and that parent was faithfully providing for it and taking care of it. That baby bird had to listen, and it had to go under the shelter of that bush, and then it had to wait patiently for its parent to provide, but it was provided for. And God just spoke to my heart, and he said, sweet child of my heart, don't you think that I can provide even better for my child than that bird? Don't you think that I that made that bird can love and take care of and provide far more for you, my child? I do have good in store. You just have to listen and obey. Just like that baby bird had to listen and go down under that bush, and then it had to wait upon the parent bird to come and bring that provision. And he just spoke to me through that, like, I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord that provides. And then he also spoke to my hurting heart, because there's times in life that sometimes when you feel pushed out of that nest, or you feel like maybe perhaps someone pushed you, or you accidentally fell out of the nest, either way, it's hard, isn't it? And I was kind of feeling anger rising up, like thinking about that little bird and how it fell out of its nest, and that I felt like that, like I felt bereft, and I felt alone and lost and abandoned at some points in my life. And he's like, not for a second have I abandoned you. Always have I been lovingly providing and leading you to these places of shelter and rest. And I have been bringing you that provision. And he reminded me of those things in my life that he had supernaturally provided in those moments that I needed it. Sometimes I think in the living of life, we just get so busy living, and there's one struggle on top of another, that we can kind of forget all the other things that God has already done on our behalf. But he just reminded me of those things, and he just kind of spoke to my heart, and like, whether you fell out of the nest because of something maybe that you did, you didn't listen or whatever, or if another person made you feel pushed out of the nest, either way, it didn't matter. I'm still here taking care of you. And that baby bird, it survived the fall, didn't it? It survived, and its parent took care of it. And he was just telling me, like, trust me to provide for you, daughter. Trust me that even if you fell out of the nest, and I know that you're angry right now because you feel like I should have supernaturally kept you from falling, but you're okay, and you're going to be okay. Trust me that I'm going to provide, and I'm going to take care of you. And friend, may I say that shortly after that, I did have to make a decision to leave the job I was in without having another position, because my kid's schedule had changed and there's all this stuff going on, and I was scared and I was nervous. But I had to keep remembering that picture he showed me of that baby bird and that parent bird providing. And lo and behold, he worked it out through someone that I had met at that other job. They were able to help me get a new job. And no, it wasn't the job that I, at the moment, wanted, or felt like it was some great spectacular job, but it was a job. It paid the bills. And then through that job, God was able to lead me to another job, and then another job that paid even more. So friend, whatever it looks like right now in your life, whatever thing it's been hard to trust God because you just don't see him providing, or maybe what he's providing just doesn't seem like enough. I just pray that you will have just that supernatural faith arise, that you will trust that he is a good father and he has good in store for you, and that he is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord that provides, and that he loves you way more than he loves those sparrows. It talks about in the Bible that he sees every sparrow that falls, and that he cares for his children so much more than he cares for the sparrows or the lilies of the valley. And yet he does all that for him. How much more is he going to do for his children? Friend, he loves you. He has good in store for you. I know it's hard right now to trust, and it's scary, and you're just not sure. Maybe you feel like he's watched you fall out of the nest and you feel a little angry. That's okay too. You told me once, I am God enough for your feelings, April. He is God enough, friend. Go to him with those feelings. Talk to him about it. Let it all out. Let that hurt out, let that pain out, let that disappointment out, and you're going to be really surprised at the love and the compassion that he gives you, friend. He is a good father. He wants to lavish his love on you, and he's going to surprise you with just how much he is going to provide for you in such a mighty, amazing way, friend. I love you. I hope you have a great day, and I cannot wait to hear all the amazing supernatural ways that he blesses you.